YouTube. I hope you enjoyed my first video. Now I want to go straight into content. So this video is for the person that tries to do everything for everyone, the people pleasers, the ones that are always so crazy busy. I began reading Essentialism. I actually was gifted this at my previous job and I never really sat down and read it until now. So I'm on chapter 1 and I just wanted to update you all and go along. I found some great tips. So the tips in this video is brought to you by Essentialism, and this is written by Greg McKeown, I believe that's the way it is. So the main point of this is, how do we eliminate the non-essential stuff in our life? Now, as a woman, I do feel like we automatically feel as we have to say yes to everything by default, which automatically makes us very overwhelmed. So I began reading Essentialism just so I can maybe lead a more fulfilling life. So I want to share with you what I've learned so far. Okay, so speaking personally, as you begin to accept all these tasks, do you ever feel like the production increases and your stress increases, but the quality of the tasks decreases? Am I the only one that feels that way, or is there anybody else like me? And I think this is the reason why taking on all these tasks leads to frustration and disappointment from both parties. Let's say you need to be there and perform a project for your children and you're ripping and running and doing a little here and a little there. One of you are going to end up disappointed. Essentialism has made me question every task given to me. And I quote from the book, "Can I actually fulfill this request? Given the time and resources I have, can I fulfill this request?" Another really good question to ask yourself, is this the very most important thing that I should be doing with my time and resources right now? This book has made me slow down and just really focus on where my time is being spent. I know sometimes we get ourselves in little pickles and we are wasting time on things that we really don't want to be wasting our time on. So I know a big one is sometimes you are invited to places and that takes up a lot of our time. So one very big question that stood out to me was, just because I was invited does not mean I need to go. And that is something that we need to ask ourselves regularly, because have you ever gotten anxiety for forcing yourself to attend an event that you honestly maybe didn't want to attend or wasn't feeling up to attend, or maybe you just had something better to do with your time? Okay, so the example of essentialism that was given in this book, and I quote, "Only once you give yourself permission to stop trying to do it all, to stop saying yes to everyone, can you make your highest contribution towards the things that really, really matter." And just always remember that less tasks equals better results. And always ask yourself, am I investing in the right activities? Because an essentialist means living by design, not by default. Essentialism requires discipline because it's a systematic approach for determining where our highest point of contribution lies, then making execution of those things almost effortless. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Now, what would happen if we could figure out the one thing that you could do to make your highest contribution to the life that you want? So the big question is, so how do we get started? Phase 1. When you have clarity, you are most likely to succeed. So how do we gain clarity? Now, I don't know if this is just a woman thing, but we all suffer from decision fatigue. The more choices that we have to make, the more the quality of our decisions deteriorate. As a woman, we have a ton of decisions to be made. So we want to make sure that we go with the best clarity, so we're making the best choice for our lives. So the way we get started in the book, it says to ask yourself these questions, okay? And I quote, I had to write these down because I don't remember them all. So the very first one, what do I feel deeply inspired by? What am I particularly talented at? What meets a significant need in my world? Once you have the answer to these questions, the next time someone is asking you for help or an extra task that is not on your to-do list, I want you to remember that people are most effective because they say no, because they say this isn't for me and my goals. So that is my task, that is my homework, and I suggest you do the same. As I said, I am barely reading this. I'm on chapter 1. I'm gonna get chapter 2 done tonight. And then we can kind of discuss it in the notes. Let me know what you guys are working on, what books you recommend. And I just wanted to share with you the tips of becoming an essentialist. And I started to realize, as an ex-people pleaser, I realized that I was always very mean because I was saying yes to everything. And people were not thankful because instead of them being thankful for the work that was provided, it was more like they were frustrated because I was frustrated. So this is the reason why I started reading this book. I realized that I just focus on too many things at once, and sometimes being an essentialist is probably the most successful thing we can do for our lives because we're only focusing on the priority. So I want to leave this video with this last quote. We can choose how to spend our energy. Without choice, there is no point in talking about trade-offs. So I want to thank you for choosing to watch me, and I hope this book and my notes can bring some kind of value into your life for men and women, but I am definitely speaking to our moms that have more than one kid and are trying to do all these tasks, especially if you're a working mom. The tasks and the asks are non-stop. So once again, thank you for visiting my channel. Once again, my name is Claudia Peña, and next week, I'm not too sure what kind of video I'm gonna be doing, but I will be trying to upload a video every single day, if not at least once a week. So please like and subscribe. Send me your handles. I definitely want to support, and I want to make sure that I am subscribed to your channel as well. And thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.